G'day guys, it's John from Honeybee Acres. Back with another video. I think it's been a while since the last video, but I'm doing something which I'm pretty excited about at the moment. So you'll be able to see in the background there's a little IBC tank that collects water off this big 12 by 12 metre shed. Way too small for the amount of water that comes off this shed. I'm finally going to be able to, in the next month or two, get about 50,000 litres of tanks on this shed. So I'm very excited about that. I feel like we've wasted a lot of water that's just gone to ground, which isn't a bad thing in itself, but we could use that water way more effectively if we're able to catch it and water plans with it, use it for things we want to use it for at the time when we need to use it. So that's going to be very exciting, but I do have a bit of stuff to clean away. I need to prepare this area. So I need to clean that stuff away, get things a bit level. I'm not going to be too worried about leveling it up because I'm going to have to bring in some fill and that sort of stuff and build a frame around the outside of where the tanks are going to go, to build a platform for them to sit on solidly, to be nice and sturdy for them. But yeah, I need to move some stuff here. But so I'll get that all moved and I will be back very soon. All right, so that's done. All that rubbish cleared away. Other thing I want to do before I get started, actually sort of trying to level this area, is just mark it out so I know exactly where I need to go. I'm getting 2 tanks is my plan, around about 25,000 litres each. So they're about 3 metres wide, 3 metres diameter. So obviously you've got to allow for a bit of overhang for that. So I'm just going to mark that area out and then I'll get started. Right, yeah, so I have some markings out. I've just painted some white lines on the ground to designate where the corners are and about halfway along. So I've got some guide to go along. And so I've measured out an area about 5 metres by 10 metres. Now, I don't have to be super accurate at this stage. I'm just marking out an area where I can put a border formwork that I can put some base. I'm going to be using some rock dust or metal dust. It's just the small stuff from Blue Metal that can be packed down pretty tight to give a nice solid base for the tanks to stand on, so they don't sink into the ground. So that's what I'll be using. So I just need to clear this area now, this 5 by 10 metre area that I've done. So I've got a new toy. So let's bring it. So here it is. I got a toy, a little mini loader. So it's a cheap Chinese one, so it's not a brand name one, but it's going to do what I need to do around here. I'm not going to be doing like post hole digging or anything. I'm going to be getting another machine for that. That'll be much easier. I'm just going to get an excavator with post hole digger thing, so that'll be coming soon. Yeah, so I'm pretty happy to have this thing. So I'm going to get working on this, get this thing. I've got about 45 minutes in between other stuff that I've got to do to get us started on leveling this out. So I'm going to get started on this now. I will say I am not an expert on using earth moving equipment, so if you think my skills are lacking, that's probably because they are. So that's where we are. I'm just learning how to use this thing, so give me any advice you like, but just keep in mind I'm not calling myself an expert here. I've got this thing, I'm learning. I've got some friends who do earth moving work. They've given me some tips and showed me some tricks and that sort of thing. But yeah, I'm not an expert, so be nice. Anyway, I'm going to get moving on this thing. I will be wearing hearing protection on this. You'll see me when I get on it anyway. So yeah, I'll get on this thing and get going. that's a bit disappointing. It stopped at my starts. I think maybe it's too hot or something like that. I'm going to let it cool down. In the meantime, I will get in touch with this guy, but I'm pretty much got to stop now anyway. It is a pretty warm day today. It's like 32 degrees, and I guess I have been working it pretty hard for what it's meant to do. So that's all I reckon it is. So I'm just going to let it cool down. I will be back a little bit later today after I've done what I need to do, and we'll continue on. Rightio, it's been a couple of hours. I've gone into town, done what I need to do. Let's see if this thing gets started again now that it's cool. Alrighty, so that's enough for today. Look at my camera, it's all over the place. Yeah, so I sort of said before that I wanted to level it. It's not so much leveling it that I want to get, it's mostly just clearing the topsoil off, just sort of getting it a bit flat, so, and getting all the trees and stuff out of there. Some of them, they're just not going to scrape at the top. I probably could have done this better with a with an excavator. Would have been better to scrape off the topsoil, but I haven't got the excavator yet, and I want to get onto this. So, excuse me. So, this is the tool that I've got to be able to do that at the moment. I'm pretty happy with what I've done so far. So, I guess my next step is just to maybe just clean this up a little bit, get it the border around it, get some metal dust, and start filling this in. But that'll be the next video. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed watching me do a pretty amateur job with a little loader, with a mini loader, but I will get better at it. And I mean, most of the stuff this is going to be doing long term is just going to be loading bulk loads of material, so it's not really the job that it's meant for. You'd normally want a bigger machine than this for that. But anyway, I babble on. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I will see you at the next one, where hopefully we're getting the pad ready for this, for these tanks, and hopefully by that time delivery will be imminent. So I'll finally be able to collect 50,000 litres of water off this tank, off this shed roof, rather than 2,000 because I've got another IBC on the other side. That means all I collect is 2,000. I'll be collecting 50,000, so that'll be heaps better. Alrighty, thanks guys. See you next time. Bye.